Greetings from the mountaintops in Southern Oregon. Beautiful Southern Oregon on an overcast day, overlooking a beautiful valley there. I like to come out here quite a bit and just take in the views and ignore society, put everything behind me for a few hours on the weekends. If I come out here like for 5 or 6 hours, do a bunch of hiking, looking around, just general exploring, and I don't run into anybody that entire time, which happens quite often out here, I consider it to be a massive success. And it's really good for the well-being of, just my own mental state and decompressing and just being a human in general. It's not easy being cheesy, but somehow we get through. This is how I do it. And I think it's a good place to talk about some things. I finally started getting some pushback. I've been waiting for it, but I finally started getting some pushback from some watchers, some viewers, some listeners, whatever you want to call it, saying, oh, you're not really a deist, you're just a Christian who doesn't believe. It's like, yeah, well, that's cool if that's your observation. It's not the way I see things. And I think it's going to be important to kind of constantly define what deism is, at least to me, if I'm going to keep this channel going in any kind of meaningful way. And that is that, especially if you're new here, there's going to be constantly new people coming here, and the basic idea here is that there is, yes, absolutely a God that probably cares a lot about you, and this is all a very important life, but he, it, or whatever you want to call the creator, the architect, does not get involved in our personal lives. It doesn't mean there aren't miracles. I think life itself is the miracle. But that's the basic kind of fundamental belief of deism, is that, yeah, God's real, but, religion is kind of the man-made, just natural attempt to try to translate what I think we're all feeling and what we've all been feeling throughout time and throughout the rest of time, like until the end. We sit around and we ponder why we're here on this planet constantly. At least I do. And I think the people that I'm trying to speak to directly on this channel, the 30% of you or so who stick around to the end of the video clips, I thank you, because I can tell you're the ones that are really engaged, and you're the same ones that are making the thoughtful comments on the comment section. Anyway, I'm going to do a little walk and talk here, so forgive me if I'm a little scatterbrained. But I've been struggling a lot lately. I'm going to try to share my thoughts here on this without spilling too many beans, because there's a lot of details. And it's just safe to say, yeah, I've got a pretty awesome life. I've got an awesome job. I do cool stuff like this on the weekends. Look at that view out there. But I struggle. I struggle with just knowing how awful it is for everybody else. I struggle with my own privilege. I struggle with my own boredom on this planet. And I'm talking boredom. I mean, I could be jumping out of an airplane, and if I've been doing it often enough, I start to take it for granted. I start to take everything in my life for granted. People I love, things I love doing, stuff like this. I take this for granted right now. I didn't take it for granted when I started coming up here 2 years ago. It was all fresh, it was all new. But right now, yeah, it's getting my heart going. Yes, I recognize it's beautiful. But at the same time, I think a lot of us, and the people that are listening to me, might have a slightly higher inclination to get bored very easily. And I'm not talking about just boredom. I'm talking about profound boredom, like to the point where it will make me depressed, because it's so strong a feeling that it kind of ruins life sometimes if I allow it to. I come to places like this to kind of get over that and to contemplate the meaning of life and try to commune with God, for a lack of a better term. I come out to places like this and I'm a hypocrite. I'll call out to God. I'm a total hypocrite when it comes to deism. So let's just get that straight here for all my future dissenters on this channel, because I plan on talking a lot of trash here. No, I love you all. Seriously. And I do not mind dissent But deism is in the eye of the beholder. I'm kind of skipping around here a little bit. We take everything for granted. But let's move on to deism being in the eye of the beholder. It's about that one-on-one relationship with whatever you call God. Whatever you've seen, whatever you've personally witnessed is all that really matters. If you know where it's coming from, it's not anything that anybody else can help you with. It's something you have to see and feel and touch and know for yourself. And that's taken me 43 years to get here. Well, I mean, it happened a few years back. Let's say it took me 40 years to get there. It's helped me find a lot of peace. But I am far from done on my journey. I feel like I'm probably halfway. And what's at the end of the journey? The same thing that's there for all of us. It's passing on to the next world. I sure hope there is one. Based on everything I've seen and reason and logic, I've got a pretty good idea. My gut tells me, my instincts tell me, my heart tells me that yes, there is an afterlife when we basically get to wake up from this dream on the other side, and it'll be awesome. My mind, on the other hand, let's not get into that. My mind is a tool. It's not who I am. And maybe this is kind of getting away from the topic of deism a little bit, but I think it's all connected. When I was able to discover deism for myself, it helped me understand a lot of this depression I have. Because my treasures are not of this world. And I think that might be why I get so used to everything, take everything for granted. I can sit on a beach with a margarita and a guitar, and after a few days, after a few weeks, after a few months, it's interesting how paradise can start to feel like a prison to us humans that get bored easily. I'm talking to my people here. If what I'm saying right now doesn't resonate to you, then this might not be the message for you, but I appreciate you being here anyway. I don't want you to go away. I want you to stick around. Because I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I can actually speak with some authority. And I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. And it helps me to understand what I'm thinking and feeling, to get it out. And if I can get it out as articulately as I've been right here, right now, I think it might be able to help other people. And if I can connect and help other people, maybe this could turn into something bigger than it is now. I think I'll leave it at that. We'll talk soon. Bye.